Hey guys, this is not the video I actually planned to put out today, but I was just really compelled to make this video and I'll tell you guys why. But today, as you guys can tell by the title, we are going to talk all about mental health. So pretty much the other day I got a comment on my fired video, which if you haven't seen that already, I'll link it down below. But I was a mental health worker for 5 years and usually comments don't get to me. You can say anything you want about me and I highly doubt it will get to me. I'm really good at that. But one thing that the person did say in this comment that really irked me was that they were talking and bringing down people that had mental health issues and calling them retards. And that just sparked me to want to make this video and talk about it because so many people have misconceptions about those that have mental health issues. It's the least I can do to just talk about it and to bring it to light and share my thoughts and share my experiences and all that stuff. And it would mean the absolute world to me if you guys would share this. I never asked that about a video, but I think this message is really important to get out there to those that do have mental health issues and also to those that are really don't know much about mental health issues and should learn about it and be educated about it, because mental health issues are highly stigmatized and it's really upsetting to me and really sad for someone who is especially so passionate about it. I've worked with people that have mental health issues for so long now and it's seriously my passion. I don't judge those that have mental health issues, but I know that there's so many words surrounding someone that may have mental health issues. There's words being thrown out, words like stupid, incompetent, crazy, dramatic, attention seeker, are all words that have been thrown to people that do have mental health issues. And it's really upsetting because people are judged before someone even knows them just because they have this diagnosis. This video may be all over the place. I wrote some points down yesterday. I was sitting down and I was really thinking about what I want to talk about. So hopefully it won't be too rambly, but it probably will, because this topic just gets me I get really passionate about this topic and I really just want to get a really good message out there and I want to do it properly, but it's so hard because I have so many thoughts in my head, but I want to talk about it. This also reminded me of the time when I worked with a bunch of different people that had different mental health issues ranging from schizophrenia to depression to anxiety to bipolar disorder, so many, you name it. I've worked with a bunch of different mental health issues. Mental health is so common. I believe it's still 1 in 5 individuals suffer from a mental health issue, and mental health is seen as kind of a taboo topic, even though so many of us deal with different mental health issues. And I feel like that is not doing any justice for those that do suffer from mental health and just people in general, that we should talk about it, and that's one of the ways that's going to allow us to destigmatize this topic. When we hear someone that has cancer or someone who has diabetes or some kind of health issue like that, we feel sorry for them most of the time, or we don't look at them as being crazy. But some people, when they have mental health issues and they have bipolar or they have schizophrenia, a lot of people see them as crazy and don't see it as a health issue, which it really is. And a lot of the times I think mental health is seen as stigmatized because you can't really see mental health. You can't really see it. While if you have a broken bone, you can see that in an x-ray and you can fix it. But mental health is so tricky because it's in the mind, and I went to university and I studied psychology and it's so tricky. Like, even after studying it for 4 years, it's difficult to know because you're really trying to get within the brain and the brain is complicated. I think that's what makes people not get it. All I can do is share my stories, talk about it, and be a voice because I know I have a platform. And in the end of the day, yes, my channel is about beauty, fashion, all that stuff, which is great stuff and it's fun and I like it, but that's not in the end who I am. That's not me as a person. That's not what I care the most about. In the end of the day, my channel's message is I want you to come and I want you to have fun and just relax and watch fun videos. But my underlying message of my channel, I want it to be about self-love, confidence. I want you to be able to feel okay with yourself and know that no matter who you are, that you're good enough. So when I was going through being fired in that video, it was a really hard video for me to film. I still can't watch it today anymore. I never go back to that video because it was so real for me that watching those emotions just bring me back to that, and I don't want to relive it. But I went through a time where I felt really alone. I felt really depressed when I was let go for months. I didn't see the light in anything. A few other things happened to me the exact same time when I was let go. So I just was so overwhelmed. I felt really depressed. I didn't want to leave. I didn't get it because I never felt like that before. It made me really think because I worked with mental health issues so long and I've helped people and I've tried to sympathize with them and I was patient and I loved it, but I guess I never truly knew what it meant. When I was depressed, I didn't want to talk about it with people. It was really hard for me because I didn't want people to judge me. And then it made me realize that this is a small fraction of what people must feel like when they have mental health issues, because a lot of people that have mental health issues are afraid to come out and afraid to get the treatment, because early intervention is really important. But a lot of people, when they end up getting treatment, are in crisis and later on in life when it could have been treated so much earlier. And a lot of the reason for that is because people are afraid to come out. People are afraid that they're going to be judged, that they're going to be put labels on them, and people aren't going to look at them the same way. They're going to look at them as their diagnosis as opposed to a person. And that shouldn't happen, because people that have mental health issues are still people. They're not a diagnosis. They're not what these labels are. And it's really upsetting to me. But at the same time, I feel like we need to be able to talk about it. And that's one of the ways that we're going to destigmatize mental health. Little things can make a difference when it comes to this. Just talking about it, caring, being receptive, listening is really important. It's about being open-minded and not closed-minded. We have to be able to create less stigma for you so that we can kind of avoid this. And a lot of the times people aren't educated about it. I was raised outside of Toronto, and I was raised in an area that was kind of sheltered. You didn't really learn about mental health issues. When you're actually in downtown Toronto, you see more youth are sometimes sheltered from the topic of mental health. So when they grow up, they do the exact same thing, and it's a cycle. Even when I walk in the streets of downtown Toronto, there are some people that struggle from mental health and they have nowhere to go. And I know that there was this one individual that was clearly, they had schizophrenia, and a lot of the stares people gave to this individual, they looked like they were terrified, trying to walk around them, trying to get as far away as possible, but really, like, it's a person. This person, just because they have a mental health doesn't mean that they're less than you, just because they're dealing with a mental health issue. And I just want you guys to know, if you have mental health issues, you're not alone, and that just because you have a mental health issue does not mean you're lesser of a person. You're a person, you're a human being, and you deserve everything, and you don't deserve judgment. You don't deserve people to look down upon you. You don't deserve all those labels, because you're not that. You're a human being that deserves just as great of treatment as any other individual walking this earth. I want people to know about mental health. I want people to get themselves educated. I guess I'm gonna leave on a story. One time when I was working in mental health, actually there's been multiple times. This one sticks out to me because I built a really big bond with this client. I'm not gonna say the person, so I'm just gonna refer to them as a client. But we were out. I take my clients sometimes to appointments, or we just go in the public, and these teenagers started laughing at my client, making fun of my client, and my client thankfully did not hear this. I heard it all, and it really upset me and it irked me, because I knew my client, I knew their heart, I knew everything about them. You become so close with the clients when I was working at the mental health place, because you're with them so much and they kind of rely on you, and you become kind of like their family because you see them more than their family in the particular place I was working at. And it really irked me, because for someone to judge someone, and they didn't even talk to my client at all, so you know nothing about their story, you know nothing about them, you don't even know anything, and for you to be so cruel and judge someone like that is absolutely ignorant and disgusting, quite frankly. We have to do a better job and realize how common this is, and not view people that have mental health issues as a diagnosis. They're a human being. I hope I was able to convey my message. There's so many thoughts running through my mind and so many things I want to get out there. If there's one thing I want to get out there, just don't be as closed-minded. And just because you have a mental health issue doesn't mean they're not a good person. I know so many people that have mental health issues, and they are such amazing people, and they inspire me in my daily life, and they are no different than me or any other human being.